Hi, 8th graders. This is Mr. Semler, your principal, and I'm coming to you from the world-famous iCafe studio here in Lamar Consolidated ISD, where they're using science and technology to make history every day, and we're sharing videos with people from all across the world, and they're coming here to find out what we're doing. And so I want to talk to you today a little bit about history as well, how this U.S. history class that you're taking in 8th grade, how it relates to your future, and some steps we can take to be really successful this year so you can go on to high school feeling good and continue on with your career. First of all, I know you know this about me. I'm a very competitive guy. I think your teachers in history are very competitive. I would also say that you guys, many of you are very competitive. You want to be the best at what you do. And we're trying to create that here. STAAR becomes an academic competition for us. We want our kids to be the best history performers in the district. Year in, year out, Briscoe history students have performed #1 clearly across the board, and we want to continue that this year. We look at how we compare in junior high level in this area, Lamar, George, Reading. We also look how we compare in Houston and in the state of Texas. And so you're helping us be first in those academic competitions by performing well. Also, many kids in 8th grade will say, we don't have to go to summer school. We only have to worry about reading and math. Well, that's not true. At Briscoe, you have to go to summer school. And so I want to make sure you know that up front and you're working towards passing the test and passing your classes so that you don't have to worry about summer school. Summer school at Briscoe is run by Miss George and myself. We have all the kids come in and do modules and make up the work that they didn't if they fail. Now, I also wanted you to understand how the test is structured. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3 scores. Level 1 means maybe you didn't pass. Level 2 means you passed. You might need a little bit more assistance if you want to go to college and just fill in a couple gaps. And then level 3 means you're college ready. We want everyone to strive on everything they do to be college ready. And in your mind, you could have an average of maybe 87, 88, 89 and above. If you're trying to shoot for those goals on your assignments and things, and you perform at that level in the test, in that 90% range, there is no doubt you're going to be successful as you go into high school and you work towards the high school U.S. history test, which comes next. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I pass STAAR? What are some steps that I can take? Well, first of all, working in this history class every day with your teacher, just putting things in the folder, working at each assignment, just taking it step by step, trying to get an A on everything you do, or that high B+ range, just doing your best on every step. And what you'll find is at the end of the day when you take your test, it's a lot easier because every piece along the way you have worked at and there are no gaps. When you take unit tests, quizzes, all those little tests that you take, study for each one. Each one is an important piece of the puzzle, and at the end of the day, your puzzle is totally complete. Your 8th grade history STAAR is a lot easier than you thought it was going to be, and ultimately our school performs well for it, and you do as well. We also do 6-week tests where we compare ourselves to all the junior highs. So every 8th grader in LCISD has taken a history test all at the same time, and we're looking at, did they get in that range of 70 to 85, or did they get in that higher range of level 3? If you're in that range throughout the year, then you have a shot to be level 3 at the end. If you're not studying and you're not working at those 6 weeks tests, you're never going to meet that level 3 score that I would assume all of you who I know you're competitive want to get to. Utilize our tutoring. If you look around the building, you'll see that we have tutoring offered mornings, afternoons, all throughout the week. And there's posters posted everywhere about the tutoring. So just look on that poster, look for your teacher's name. Matter of fact, if you have one of our history teachers, another one might teach you, but they're all good at what they do. So just utilize the tutoring, and anytime there's a little piece that you're not sure about, just come in that next day and fill in that hole so that you can move on and you know what's going on. Now, the last thing I want to mention about history specific is, don't think you just memorize a bunch of dates. It's not like the olden days when you're in elementary school. What we want to do is study each one of these concepts and really try to understand them. And then we try to take the knowledge that we've learned about a date, a time, a person, but what were they really doing? What was the importance around that event? And then applying that information on those dates to more complex questions. If you learn how to do this, This is what STAAR is all about. Understanding what happened on that date, what happened prior to, what effect it had on history, and then ultimately answering a more complex question because you really understand. So if you end up following these kind of steps with us this school year, there's no doubt this is going to be a very successful school year for you in STAAR. And just work with those teachers, plan, take small steps along the way. At the end of the day, you're going to be successful. The school's going to be successful. No one's going to have to go to summer school, and you'll go on to high school and to the next step, which is ultimately the U.S. history, which is more present, and you'll be successful for it.